Hello, folks. I am back with the firearms impression. And I say impression because I didn't do a shooting review of the firearm I'm about to show you. I am so impressed with this P320 X Compact. I really had to get a firearm in the X series that was a full size. So I did some research last night, and I was looking at the X5 series, and I originally was looking at the new Coyote tan version, but I stumbled across this version right here. And I'm going to show clear real quick. And as you see, there's nothing inside the magazine and nothing in the chamber. Okay, let's get this out of the way because we all know what's usually in the box. And the X5 comes with 4 magazines, 421 round magazines. Let's go through some specs real quick. This is a 9mm with a polymer frame, and I'll get into talking about the polymer frame in a moment. This particular frame is black in color, and its slide is stainless steel with a PVD finish. And if you notice, the color on this is different from any X5s that I've seen on the interwebs. I haven't seen one this color. I'll get back with that as well. And the barrel is made of carbon steel. And if you notice, the barrel is a different color from most of the X5s as well. The other ones were kind of in a stainless type of configuration. Of course, you have here your 1913 Picatinny rail. The barrel length is going to be 5 inches. The overall length is going to be 8.5 inches. The width is going to be 1.6 inches, and you're going to have a height of 5.8 inches with a weight of 35.6 ounces. There are a couple of things that are unique about this. Like I said, I have not seen this particular X5 in any other color than the black version, or might have seen a couple of them. There was a guy at the range the other day that had a black slide with the tan, and that's a different color. And of course, you see this color. And my understanding is some of the upgraded ones of these particular firearms, they usually have the black barrel. And there's another difference is when with the trigger, if you cock the trigger, you pull the trigger, it has that short take up right here. You pull that, it hits the wall, and look how short this reset is. The reset is right there. But on some of the previous one, I'm going to say Gen 1 because I've never had the previous ones, but from what I've seen on other videos and from what I understand is that when you pull the trigger and you keep pulling it, you'll hear a click, 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 click. Well, on these newer versions, you don't hear that click sound. This is what I call, quote unquote, the Gen 2 version. You don't have that hearing that click sound. So this would probably be a newer version. I think they upgraded this because of that whole drop issue. So I guess they did some upgrades, not only to the regular P320s, they also did that with of course, these X5s as well, just I guess as an upgrade. Like I said, the color is a little different, and that's what drew my attention to it. Because, like I said, I was looking for the Coyote tan, which is kind of reminds you of the M17 version, where it's kind of like dark here and tan here. But they didn't have that one there, and lo and behold, I saw this one, and I said, "Give this to me," because I really like the way the color is, and like the way it looks. One thing about the frame also is a lot of you already know there's an integrated weight in here to ensure balance while shooting. So you'll have a flat cycling when you're firing instead of the excessive flip. And also you have, of course, this very big magwell here. The magwell, I understand you can take off. There's I guess the actual area where you can use a tool or something to take that off. And that aids with fast reloads. Again, I'm mentioning about the trigger. The trigger is a 90-degree trigger. Of course, I've mentioned in my previous video about with the X Compact. This is reminiscent of the Legion series that they had, the Legion single action onlys. The difference with the single action onlys on the Legions is this is a solid piece. This is somewhat hollowed right here, so the weight of the trigger is not too heavy. Also, the big thing you're going to notice here is the plate here. This is for the rear optic. Let's go into the optic. These are Dawson Precision blacked out optics here. It does have some serrations right here to prevent glare. And also you have your front sight here, which is green. I can't get it on the right angle to show you, but this is a fiber optic front sight. It's kind of a thin blade, so you got a lot of airspace, if you could see that looking down the camera. Also, they do give you some spare fiber optic replacements for here. There's one that's in green and there's one that's in red. Other things about this firearm is I'm getting back here. This is a fully adjustable for height and windage for the rear sight. A lot of people like the target sights that's blacked out because you're only pinpointing on the front fiber optic at that point. And you can also take this plate off and put a Romeo 1 optic on it. I know some of the other ones you can use, I believe not the Dawson, you could use the Delta Point Pro or any other particular optics, but this is designed for, they do have a new SIG Romeo coming out. I forget what the model number is, but this is able to take the Romeo 1 and the Delta Point Pro. I didn't get a chance to shoot this yet. I really want to get to shoot this really bad, and like I said, for the fast reloads, the magazines come out with a bit of authority, and I'm really waiting to shoot this. What I was trying, you know about the trigger modules, all that, your serial number is right here, but that is considered the firearm itself. I know some people have switched these out and so forth. Some people have different kits. SIG has a lot of different kits, and you'll be able to put different configurations on your X5s or your X Compacts or your X Carries, and you'll be able to do that with ease. I really like this firearm a lot. I'm anticipating shooting this real soon. Probably, if I don't get to do it tomorrow, probably the following day. It's a little bit on the hefty side, but there is a good reason for that. Is because it helps that slide to track back and forth real well to keep the firearm stable during recoil. And these lightning cuts at the top also lessens the weight so the slide can reciprocate faster. I'm not trying to muzzle you guys, but as you see, this is a crown barrel at the end here. Let's see, and I'm not pointing it at myself, but it is a crown tip end of the barrel here, and it's a match barrel at that. I like the way this is angled here for when the slide comes back, and also as it reciprocates back. When it goes back and forth here, has like a little ramp. A lot of the firearms companies such as Glock and FN, I've noticed, have been putting a little slant, if you will, in the front. I don't know if you can see that little slant here. So I believe that aids in the slide to go back and forth, and so it will lock forward quickly as fast as you can pull the trigger. That's about it. I'm just really excited. I'm pretty much lost for words because I was really skeptical originally about the P320s in general, since that debacle with the drop issue. But you know, you got to give a lot of companies have some issues or some growing pains when they have various issues. Not one company, firearms company out there, has not had some type of problem, some type of recall or anything like that. And once they work out the bugs, usually their firearms work like sewing machines, and that's with all manufacturers. But I'm going to say that SIG has really been stepping up their game on all their product lines, and I'm very impressed with their 320 line and X series line. So with that said, happy shooting, stay safe, #2A.